Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Candidly with Coffee.
Hey, back.
I'm going to call it Candidly with COVID.
Candidly with COVID, right?
You guys, if we did not will ourselves to get sick or speak that into existence, talk about egg on the face.
Egg on the face.
Egg on the face? Is all you got to say? You just got to repeat me?
I mean, what do you want me to say? I got COVID. What do you want me to announce it to the world? Hey, I got COVID. Ooh, whoop-de-doo. It's a fucking cold.
What happened was
It's not that serious no more.
Everyone is down, though. Yeah. Down for the count in the house.
Not.
I have actually not tested positive for COVID. You have, Alyssa, Tyler.
Yes.
But I woke up I knew it was coming, and I woke up today feeling a little bit, my throat hurts, and I'm feeling a little unwell. You know, I feel like I didn't even feel like coffee right now, and I got my robe on, I got sweats. I just feel a little unwell, I have to say. So it's still creeping on me. I feel like it's gonna, it hasn't peaked for me yet. You're already on the mend. It's much faster than the first time around.
Not even close. If the first one was a 10, I'm not saying it was. If it was a 10, this is a 2 for me.
Yeah. Tyler has never had COVID, though. He escaped it, even though we all had it.
For 3 years.
3+
years.
2021. But he's out for the count. Can he? Yeah. He's
first time, too.
He's never
it's
had
a bummer. First go around is a bummer because your body doesn't have the necessary data to know what the hell it is. Guess. Like, my body knows already I've had it.
We'll see how I do, because the first time I had it, and we did a whole episode on it, but it was back in August of 2021. I was out bad. I was bedridden. The day it hit me, I was bedridden. So, like, today is the day it hit me, I would say, and I'm not bedridden. I went for a 3-mile walk.
You walked 3 miles
outside, because I can't go to the gym. I wanted vitamin D. I wanted movement.
Yep.
But yeah, I feel it. I don't feel like my typical self, but
I'm sorry.
It is what it is. We are still here doing the podcast for you guys, COVID and all.
Yeah.
That is commitment to our listeners.
Yep.
Because that would suck, and they, get in their car on a Friday.
And we ghost them.
And there's like, oh my God, there's no podcast.
I know. They'd be mad at us.
So yes. All right, you guys. Update on that whole, and I know, regardless of whether you heard it here.
Cheers.
Oh, I know. Cheers, because I don't have a coffee, by the way, because I'm not feeling.
Cheers to
the
our
best.
audience when they have their coffee or they're driving in the car.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Anyways, they maybe they have their Starbucks, their commuter cups.
Yeah. Exactly.
But we talked about the Vanderpump Rules situation. And maybe some of you guys had never even heard of that show. You don't watch Bravo, whatever. But I bet you heard about it now, because that story from a reality show, from a Bravo show, has gone mainstream. It is everywhere.
It's funny.
You know what? It's like,
I don't follow it, but because you follow it, so you got me on point.
Have you seen it? Have you seen it coming up on TMZ?
Yes, it's hilarious.
It's mainstream news.
Hopper.
It's definitely a slow news month.
Yeah.
I think.
When a castmate from a
reality show is getting
show.
Mainstream news.
Cringe.
All over the place.
Yes.
It's crazy. But they did come out with apologies that I wanted to address really quick. Whenever a celebrity...
I gotta sneeze.
Uh-oh. The COVID is real, guys.
Sorry. Went away.
Whenever a celebrity comes up with an apology after something goes wrong or something like that,
Break it down,
don't
babe.
even
you know
read it, because that is a PR crafted document. You know what I mean? It's not a real sincere apology. You guys know that, right? Like, when celebrities get themselves into a pickle, they hire crisis PR firms, and they handle it. They handle the communication with the media. They drive the story. They tell the celebrity what your next steps are.
Yeah.
Perfect example. Do you remember when what's his name? Kevin Hart got into another infidelity thing against his wife. They recorded him in the hotel room or whatever.
Yes.
Right before it was about to break, he was running with normal people. He was doing this thing. He was trying to get normal people to run with him.
On his jogs? Yeah.
Yes. He was doing jogs and like being really
That was a lot
personable.
of PR, huh?
That was PR. That was something where a PR firm said, look, this is what you're going to do. You got to seem relatable. You got to seem, that's what they do. So these apologies are so half-assed and ridiculous.
They're fake. It sucks because it's not authentic.
They're not.
And I'm glad you're kind of exposing it so people understand it's all fake. It's all PR firms these people hire, clean my bullshit up.
Yeah, have you guys ever seen the show Scandal? I would highly recommend it. That is a bingeable show. Find it wherever platform it's on and start from the beginning. It is so good.
Yes.
But that is all about political crisis PR.
Yep.
And it kind of exposes how that whole thing works, but it's no different for celebrities. If I had a lot of money and I got myself into a pickle, first thing I would do is, all right, it's not even regular PR. It is a specific agency that specializes in dealing with crisis and how to, ride that, how to capitalize on it sometimes, how to, just minimize the damage.
My opinion on this whole thing, that she did was wrong. Not only did you break up a possible future marriage, you're gonna have dudes fight over you, friends. You're sleeping around with your ex's friends. That's disgusting. Like, have some pride. Man.
Yeah, but that's
we'll
see how it plays out because they're gonna film it for the show, and I do watch that show. But I do have to say, why is it that whenever there's a scandal of some sort, one thing that I feel like celebrities always lean on is blaming it on some sort of addiction.
Always.
If you cheat on your wife, I'm addicted to sex. It's like some sort of addiction. So this girl, Raquel's apology said she's addicted to love.
Bro.
Addicted to
really?
like seeking feelings of validation and love.
This
so
is
she's
what we're doing
seek
now,
therapy. I just feel like that's always that's the card they play, an addiction of some sort. Not to say that it's not true in some instances, but I do think it's a cop-out.
It's crock of shit.
How about you
Fake
just
news.
have, you're thirsty.
Yes, you're thirsty.
You are dehydrated.
Dehydrated.
She was a super fan and infiltrated the show and played up this like innocent thing and blamed it on addiction, but addiction to love. Not alcohol, not sex,
not drugs.
Love.
Yeah. Wow. This is 2023, man. This is the era we're in. You know what I always say, babe? People don't point the finger at yourselves. In the mirror, hold yourself accountable. They don't do.
Well, she does say in her PR apology that she's not a babe. You can't do that. Get vulgar. This is a family show. She does say like, I am not a victim, but then she goes on to say all the reasons why she's a victim because apparently one of the cast members, Sheena, socked her up.
Good.
Gave her a black eye, so she got a restraining order against her. The picture came out of her with the black eye.
If you come across our podcast, Sheena, kudos to you, girl.
Yeah.
Good job.
She gave her, she just clocked her. She was probably so beside herself because it is just so crazy. Because the girl who, did this, Raquel, she had just been on a podcast like the day before talking about how Ariana, which is the girl who she cheated on her boyfriend, right? That is one of her best friends. She said that on a podcast. Like, she's psycho.
You always say...
Like, you're sleeping with this person's 9-year boyfriend, and you literally let those words come out of your mouth. Ariana's one of my best friends, and you're banging her boyfriend.
That's psycho behavior. That's psychotic. That's more than I'm addicted to love. No, you're psychotic.
That's like a different kind of... Yes. That takes a special kind of evil.
What do you always say? Be your own. You can't. You always say you can't trust women. You can't even trust your own friends. It's sad.
I have a little juice, and this. Listen, I know we have a lot of Bay Area listeners, so this is going to remain very nameless. Okay? Very nameless. I'm not going to say any names. However, I know for a fact that there is someone that she would always claim. She would always say my homies. Oh, these are all my friends. She had a lot of guy friends, and she would always proclaim like how good these guy friends were. And she would always be very good friends with the girls as well, including me. So she would do the same thing to you, refer to you as a really good friend. And, I was one of her like sisters. And she did that with a lot of people. Come to find out, I know for a fact that one of those so-called friends she was sleeping with. And she's friends with the girlfriend or the wife. I don't know if it's the wife or a girl, the long-term relationship. Very good friends with her. She sleeps with the man, the dude. So it just made me feel, and this is, came out, I came across this information from a very reputable source, but it made me really think about it. I'm like, oh, so all the times that she refers to her homies, they're really guys that she would absolutely go there, including with you. She would go there. You know who I'm talking about.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
No, you can't say, but do you think she would go there?
Maybe if
You felt the
if I
vibes?
entertained it,
Yeah,
yes.
you felt
if
the
alcohol
vibes.
was flowing and I pushed
Yeah.
it, yeah, 100%.
Uh-huh. And it just made me think, like, man, nobody can be trusted.
But it's on me though. I didn't cross that line.
That's true.
So
No, yeah, that's true. I agree. My
if I didn't have a strong love for your relationship, we weren't connected like we were. I can see why dudes break. They're weak in the moment.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Easy.
I have to hold you to the standard of trust to not give into that kind of stuff. I cannot expect loyalty from anybody else because you're not going to get it. Your closest friends and stuff, you have to be careful.
You do?
You have to know that everybody's capable. And you could think, oh my God, no, but she would never do that. She's thrown her parties and she's the one who hosted the girlfriend's birthday party, etc.
That don't matter.
No, she'll bang the boyfriend. And I'm not saying everybody, you guys, but it just,
Happens a lot.
have your eyes open.
Happens a lot.
This Scandavol, what they call them Vanderpump rules, it's not uncommon. I once had a friend years ago who her and her husband married a long time. They had a mutual couple that they were best friends with, vacation or whatever. Well, they ended up having an affair. My friend that I knew and the husband of the couple they used to do a lot of stuff with, their families were intertwined. Their kids knew each other. Well, they had an affair.
One of the wives with one of the other husbands.
Yeah, a long-term affair. And it
That's-
happens. It just happens a lot.
Could you imagine, like, put ourselves in that shoe? Me and you, we're hanging out with another couple. And this whole time, me and you are married years.
Mm-hmm.
And you're having this affair years. You're banging this other dude's husband. So,
Yeah.
And neither of us know.
Right.
She doesn't know and I don't know.
No.
And we're like suckers. Just like.
And you think
That's
we're all
crazy.
friends. We're like family friends. And
Mhm.
so you don't trip when they communicate or
Yes.
they have inside jokes or
Yeah.
you don't think twice because we vacation together. We
Yes.
travel together.
Mhm.
We've had lots of couples that we
Yes.
hung out with, right?
Yes.
It's easier to hide. It's like you're hiding in plain sight. It's easier.
Facts.
It's
Much
much
easier.
easier. Because if you see, if like this person that we were talking about that remains nameless, if I saw her pop up on your phone, I wouldn't think twice about it because it's our homegirl,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Come to find out, she's a homie. Now she is a homie hopper.
Hmm.
Besides the infidelity stuff, she's definitely a
Yeah.
homie hopper.
Yep.
But yes, I will let all of you Bay Area people ponder on that one, on who it is, but because our lips remain sealed. But I do have to share a little bit of juicy tidbits sometimes on this podcast. All right, we're moving on. I just want to give you guys an update. The Madeline McCann girl that was kidnapped out of Portugal, the girl that claimed that she was Madeline McCann, the DNA test results are in. And as you would say,
The
Maury
lie detector test determined
that was a lie.
that was a lie.
It's not her. And
Or what was the other one?
You are not
the I
father. That
love
was
that
Jerry
show.
Springer.
And then the girls go run. I feel bad for them, and we were like, "Damn!" They'd be like their third or fourth baby daddy. Like, whoa.
That's Jerry Springer, right? You are.
No, that was
Wasn't
Maury
it?
Povich.
Or was it Maury Povich
Yes.
also? You are not the father.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yes.
it's not, and it's sadly for the family, it's yet another person that has come forward claiming to be this little girl, and it is not. Mental health is real, guys. She's not any. Her DNA, I guess, doesn't match any of the people that they had thought maybe it could be.
Mental health.
And her family has come out and said she has
Instant fame.
mental health and
People
clout.
want fame, clout.
Yeah, she got it though. She has 1 point something million followers. I am Madeline McCann Instagram. So
That's dirty. She should be held accountable. No, you're not. You shouldn't do that. Why are you taking this little girl's
they'd have
name?
to prove that she did that intentionally. I mean, she probably even doctored her photo to show the fake birthmark in her eye. You can't trust anything anymore because there's so much you can do. I mean,
Edit CGI.
have you guys seen that there's this filter on TikTok? It's called Bold Glamour. I'll do the filter on myself and put it up on YouTube. So if you guys want to head out and see what it looks like on me, I'll pop it up on the screen right now. But I don't like the way it makes me look. To me, when I'm extra made up like that, I feel like I look like a man.
Damn.
But it is so realistic because it doesn't even blur or move when you move. It's very realistic. Let me tell you the amount of people that are getting catfished with these really good filters.
I bet. Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Dupes. Come on, man. Don't do that. That's not right.
I mean, listen, I like a good filter sometimes. I like a more subtle filter, though, because it's nice to not have to do my makeup and have something that's a little subtle that'll just kind of like clean me up a little bit. But when I put those filters on that really change myself, I can't even look at it. It looks weird. Like, I'm like, oh, no. I don't like when they like change my nose or make my lips really big or something like that. I'm like, no, I can't do this. I like the ones that just give me a little bit of like smoothing of the wrinkles and stuff like that. But this particular one's called Bold Glamour, and it is like very realistic. And it's not just heavy makeup. There's changes to your face that happen. Your eyebrows lift, your lips are larger, your cheekbones are more defined. It's lots of things.
Wow.
In this particular
This
filter.
on TikTok?
It's on TikTok, but I'm just saying like the amount of things you can do that, I mean, it looks believable. Like I could have a conversation with somebody and they would think that this is real. Or I could send them a video where I'm talking to them or whatever, and I can record it onto TikTok.
Yeah.
And then there's this other app called the Face app that a lot of people use. A lot of celebrities use it, but Tyler recently was using it and he was doing some crazy things. You can't tell it's an app.
Really?
You cannot tell.
Damn, what does it do?
You could do whatever you want. Change your nose, change your eyes, change your hair, grow a beard, get younger. That's the other thing I was going to tell you. When we went to see the Creed movie, there was a preview for the new Indiana Jones movie. It looks really good, by the way.
Yeah, it does.
Really good. Obviously, Harrison Ford has aged significantly, but there's scenes in that movie that make him look extremely young.
How do you think he is now these days?
I don't know, 70 maybe?
70s at least, huh?
But in the movie, there's scenes where flashback scenes, or I don't know what it is exactly, but it's CGI, obviously.
CGI.
But
it's amazing, huh?
It
looks realistic.
Like you can hire anybody and make them look however you want them to look.
Yes.
Now. Like Hollywood, you don't have to hire someone that fits the exact definition of what you need for the role, because you can just then CGI them.
Something just hit me real quick, a light bulb. Check this out. I'm thinking 20 years from now, you know how they have those face apps and all that? They're going to have the same thing, how you want it. You're going to go in there. It ain't going to be a doctor no more. It's going to be AI performing surgery exactly to the T of how you want to look. They're going to be that advanced. This is what I believe.
It's going to be
This is where we're going. I know. We're advancing so fast, but that's where I think it's going. Like you'll walk in or like a thing, you'll sit down, lay down comfortably. The face of however you want will be on the screen, and that AI will match it to a T.
I believe it.
It's going to be insane. Everything. People are going to look different in the future.
On that same token, have you heard of that? There's that 3D, what is it called? It's not 3D. I can't think of the name of it. Oh, hologram.
Hologram.
The hologram technology.
That's crazy.
That they keep improving.
Yes.
If that technology gets mastered, it's like they're supposed to be like, they talk about how it makes people feel almost immortal.
Yeah, they did a concert at, what was that, Coachella, and they did Tupac hologram.
Yeah. Because what they're saying, though, that the computer and the AI can like download aspects of someone's personality while they're alive. So say I have a bunch of videos of my mom, and you enter into the computer all her personality traits, her characteristics, her voice, everything.
Yeah.
Then this technology creates a hologram of her.
Wow.
And you could actually like ask it, hey, Mom, what's your advice on my boyfriend? And it could literally be what my mom would say and how she sounds. And it would be a hologram of her. So it looked like she's standing right here in this table telling me advice. That technology is already here. It's here.
It's freaky, man.
It's not mainstream. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
But like Kanye West, and I think we talked about it when it happened, but Kanye West did that for Kim for her birthday, for her 40th birthday, had her a hologram of her dad saying how proud he was of her and all of that. And his voice, it was his body, his, everything.
Wow.
But that's also coming.
Talk about a mind, man.
Where
Talk
you
about your
can
mind
literally
spinning.
download, so you can create the illusion of somebody still being there. But then, to me, eventually, the lines blur.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that.
the lines blur. Because say if that technology was made, like I could buy it. Say I could buy it. I'm like, I'm going to buy a hologram of my mom. I downloaded all of my videos of her into this computer. It's got her all figured out.
Yeah.
And I can just literally power it up at any time and have a conversation with her. And it's going to be in her voice and the way she would answer, because the computer knows her personality. It knows so much about her. And eventually I would literally just feel like I had my mom.
Damn. I'm thinking real quick, because I'm thinking like, are you going to be able to extract like our energy or parts of energy, like store it somewhere?
That's what they kind of
what I mean?
talking about. Yeah, there's a lot of talks about that.
I mean, we're cloning dogs now, right?
Yeah.
Correct? The exact same dog. I mean, we're doing that. I mean, it's crazy to me.
It's crazy. Things are getting crazy.
Pretty soon, babies won't have to be made in the womb anymore.
They've already have like that. Those outside of the external wombs. Yes, they're definitely. They're already.
We're playing God.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just humans. You know how we are. We always want more, explore. We want to keep pushing the envelope to see how far we can go.
It's who knows how far it's going to keep going. It's crazy. But there's a lot of crazy things. There's just a lot of. I'm fascinated by it, but sometimes it makes me a little nervous.
Yeah, do I really want to be part of that future? I don't. You know, it's crazy because we're going to be part of a whole new future. We came from pre-cell phones.
Like, think about like my kids will really be part of it.
Yes.
You know, because they're young.
We're going to be old, but yeah, they're going to experience all the latest and greatest technology.
Yep. Speaking of which, I wanted to move on today's episode. I want to talk about like crazy cosmetic trends to like altering your body and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's out there kind of right now? I've been doing a little bit of research. What's good? What works? I came across something. I came across this post on the Daily Mail, and I'm going to put it up on the screen for you on YouTube. But
whoa.
I put it up there for you to see. Do you see? It's man gets a 6-pack tattooed on his stomach to be summer ready. It is a very realistic tattoo.
Damn, dude, that looks real. AF.
Yeah, so they're using tattoo, and you'd be surprised. Tattoo technology is actually very good. It's very talented artists. They literally tattooed abs on this man, and it looks very realistic. Now, I'm sure in a photo it looks more realistic than it would in person.
Yeah.
But I have seen on the show Botched, people that have had mastectomies, who had implants put in after the fact, have their nipples tattooed on, and they look very realistic.
Wow, really?
Yeah, 3D nipple tattoo. It's called like 3D tattooing. But that is kind of a new trend that's out there. Now, I do know that people will use body makeup for temporary, changes in appearance. They will do body makeup on the abs as well to kind of define the abs. You can contour out your abs. I mean, women do it on their faces, right? We contour cheekbones.
Yeah, isn't it called etching when the guys do it?
No, that's coming up.
Oh, okay.
That's in the next bit. So tattooed abs, that's one thing that I wanted to talk about. Now, here's what you just thought.
De La Hoya did that.
So there is something else called etching. What it is they say it's HD liposuction. So it's very precise liposuction where they literally etch out your abs. So they take out fat right in the perfect place to show that you have abs. So on the screen, I have some examples of etched abs. I think it looks funky. It doesn't look like it belongs. Now, here's where I think it would be good. This is not something for if you are overweight to go in and get etched abs done, like HD liposuction. You already have to be fit. You already have to be fit, but maybe you carry just like that extra little layer on your stomach that prevents your abs from showing, because genetically you just carry more fat on your stomach, and you don't want to have to diet down enough to reveal your abs, because your legs are going to get skinnier, your face is going to get skinnier, because genetically that's how you lose fat. So this would be an ideal procedure for somebody that is pretty lean, they're pretty fit, they have a low body fat percentage, but they still carry that extra layer in their abdomen, because then you're going to be able to etch out abs and it's going to match your body. If you etch out abs and it does not match your body, you're not a fit person. It looks funky. It's going to stand out. It's not going to look right.
Yep.
Here's some other ones that I'm putting up on the screen. Now this is some people are doing, they're doing like a lot of liposuction and adding the HD as well.
Cause she's kind of.
Yeah, but it doesn't, to me, it never really looks right. I've seen it in person on some people that shouldn't have gotten it. It's kind of like the same way I feel about if you get a tummy tuck and you're not ready for a tummy tuck. A tummy tuck is not weight loss surgery. A tummy tuck is skin surgery. A tummy tuck is really for excess skin removal. And if you get it when you've already lost the weight you need to lose and you're just there to get the skin removed and tightened, it looks good. Especially if you go to a good doctor, it looks really good. But if you get a tummy tuck and liposuction, but you haven't lost the weight and you have a lot of visceral fat, what happens is you will still be kind of like have a large midsection, but you might have abs and a tight stomach, but it's not like lean, because liposuction can only remove subcutaneous fat. It does not remove the fat that's embedded in between your organs.
Nope.
It's the fat that's on the surface. So if you have visceral fat to lose and you don't lose it, your organs are still protruding forward and they're pushing your abdominal wall forward, and they can do the liposuction and the HD lipo and give you the abs, but it's going to look like, you know how bodybuilders, really big bodybuilder dudes get.
But they still have the GH gut.
Yeah.
It's because their organs are descended. Did I say right? Distended. When they stick out.
Yeah.
And they're flex. Even though they're ab, you can still see their stomach.
Yeah. So like they'll have a huge gut from taking growth hormone. But one of the side effects of a lot of growth hormone is that it makes your organs distended, your abs distended.
Yes.
But you can still have abs because your abs still push forward to the surface and they have very low body fat.
Correct.
So you've got a guy that from the side, he's got this huge gut, but then you look at him and he's got like an 8-pack, sometimes a 10-pack.
Yes. Yep.
It's very common amongst like heavy duty bodybuilders.
Yeah. Go look at pro bodybuilders and you guys will see what we're talking about. You'll see their stomachs.
But the ab etching, like for example, I threw up a picture up on the screen here, but this person, they're pretty fit. They look pretty fit and they did a little bit ab etching. This looks like it works for me.
Yeah, belongs.
It belongs. It doesn't look at it. I'm not going to look at that guy and go, oh, he got surgery. But some people do. And I didn't get a picture of him, but DJ Pauly D was one where he got it done. I remember seeing him on the beach and I'm like, why does his abs look weird? They're even kind of crooked. I would say he got botched etching. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look right.
No bueno. You're stuck with that.
But yeah, so I don't know. You know, I'm not saying it's so let me give you my opinion on it. I don't think it's a bad procedure. I think it could be really cool if you are the right candidate. The problem is usually the people that are going for something like this, they're looking for like the easy way out. Oh, I want abs, I want this and that, and they haven't done the work. It's not going to look right unless you've done the work on your body and you're putting abs onto a fit body. Yeah. Because genetically you just don't have the abs, because some people just don't. No,
they don't.
You're anatomically positioned to where it's not going to show for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's good for some people, but not for everybody.
Got to put in the work, man. Everybody's just trying to shortcut and cheat the game and this and that, and it's all phony baloney, man. Like you said, it works for some, but
yeah, I like tweaks. I think it's good to enhance. You know, if that's your thing, if you want to enhance yourself, but it's gonna look right. But don't do it if it's not gonna look right. It's not gonna look right if you're not fit. If you just throw some abs on your stomach, it's not gonna look right. It's gonna look mismatched. It's gonna be weird. Another thing that's super common that I don't even think mainstream people probably know about is that Synthol.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people don't know about Synthol.
Bodybuilders do that. They literally inject this chemical into their muscles called Synthol.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And they look like freaks of nature, but it looks funky. It looks to me like tumors all over their body.
Looks like he has breasts.
Yeah, he's like an F, a triple D.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And he looks old, like in his 50s.
And so obviously some people, they literally get
Older.
addicted. They get addicted and they overdo it. But here's the thing. A lot of people do a little bit and they go under the radar. They do just enough in an underdeveloped calf muscle or something like that, just enough. And they go under the radar, which is fine if you're like a little more, muscular. But if you're on a bodybuilding stage trying to fool the judges, that's where it becomes like an ethics
We noticed
thing.
it in the 90s. I remember when it first came around, Synthol, we're like, hold up, that don't look right. We first heard about it in the 90s. I remember when it first came around. And you notice it on people like, that doesn't look like a real muscle. It looks like something's injected.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right. So Synthol, I would say that's a no. Ab etching for the right people, I would say. Tattooed abs, no. That's embarrassing. Tattooed abs, I think, is something.
Stop it.
It's great for a photo, but why not just use Photoshop and edit the abs? Yeah. You do not want to walk around with tattooed abs and someone looks up close and they can see that it's tattooed on.
Yeah.
Now, I do say, like, for the reconstructive surgery, like nipples and things like that, I think that's a great option, but not for abs. No. That's kind of ridiculous. You look like a cartoon.
Earn it the hard way, man.
You look like a cartoon.
Yeah. Go put in the work. Stop trying to cheat, make everything easy.
All right. The next one, and I've had people ask me a lot about this one, so I really wanted to look into it. Emsculpt.
Emsculpt.
So Emsculpt is a machine that you go and it basically emulates crunches, ab crunches. They attach you to a machine and it emulates the equivalent of 20,000 like crunches in 30 minutes. So it's like, if you do crunches, you're going to build your abdominal muscles.
Yes.
But they're not going to show unless you lose fat.
Yes.
Because it's not about building abdominal muscles to get a six pack.
Abs are made in the kitchen.
You have to lose the body fat. You could have the most beautiful abdominal muscles, but if they're covered in fat, you're not going to see them.
Exactly.
So Emsculpt claims that they build the muscle tissue just like exercising, but much quicker. I can see how, yes, that probably could be accurate. If you feel like you've done thousands of crunches on this machine in 30 minutes, it's painful, you get sore. Yes, do I feel like it's going to build your abdominal muscles? Yes, I do. However, here's the thing. It's very expensive. We're talking $3,000 to $4,000 for a treatment, enough that's going to show. So you got to go in a few 30-minute sessions, maybe 4 or 5 times to show some sort of results. That's like $3,000 to $4,000
to do that.
Yes.
Wow.
And unless you sustain that amount of exercise, you're gonna lose it. It's muscle. You'll lose it. It's not a permanent change. You're gonna lose the muscle. So it's something you'd have to continue to do to sustain the muscle. You also have to have low enough body fat for it to matter.
Yes.
Now, what I found on a lot of websites is the companies promoting it, the different med spas and things, they're claiming that it melts the fat in the area as well. This is not true. This is false.
Did the FDA agree with that?
This is absolutely false. No.
I'm joking.
It's an FDA approved for muscle contraction and all of that. So you got to be careful. Read the fine print.
Yes.
When something says it's FDA approved, what is it FDA approved for? I'm not saying it's not FDA approved. It is, but it's not melting fat in your stomach.
They shouldn't say those claims if it's not true.
Now, what they're saying is the muscle contractions so rapidly burn calories that are going to then, your body's going to burn fat in order to sustain those contractions. That may be correct, but it doesn't mean that the fat your body's going to burn is from around the abdominals. That is still based on genetics.
Yes.
That is not controlled. You cannot control it. This machine doesn't control it. You cannot control where the fat is burning from. So those are false claims.
Spot reducing.
And in the fine print on all of the websites I found of people offering this service, they said it needs to be sustained and supported with healthy diet and exercise. I mean, the same kind of thing.
People skip that
Emsculpt, in my opinion, absolutely not worth it. Okay? And here's how you know how effective Emsculpt is. Go to the office that has the machine. Look at the staff. Every single one of those people would be walking around with a 6-pack.
Hello.
If that machine works,
true.
those people would all have six packs because they work in an office with the machine. They can use it as much as they want. They can sustain it. They can do it every day.
Yeah.
You don't see that. I've never seen that. I've been in plenty of med spas that offer Emsculpt. I don't see people walking around with the tight abs.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know if it's the same thing, but it's kind of like plastic surgeons who are super successful. They always hire like attractive girls to work for them, run the desk, but they're also enhanced. And part of that's promoting his business because they see that they're enhanced.
Right.
Anybody who works for a plastic surgeon is usually enhanced.
Yeah.
So that being said, if that machine, like you said, if it was real, they'd all be enhanced.
Yeah. Do I think it does a little something? Like for me, pretty low body fat. If I did it, could I show some results? Yeah, because I'm a fit person with low body fat. I diet and exercise. Mm-hmm. It could be a little tiny tweak and make a difference.
Yeah.
Is it going to make a difference to the tune of $4,000? And then you're not going to be able to sustain that kind of stimulus. You got to understand your body adapts to stimulus.
Yep.
The way you get your muscles to continue to react is to add more stimulus. Where do you have to go from 20,000 crunches? You're going to have to keep doing the Emsculpt. But see, here's the thing. These machines are like $300,000, the real ones. And the doctors that get them in their office, they have to promote the crap out of this program in order to get their money back off these machines.
That's a huge investment.
But once they pay it off, they're making huge profit margins.
Of course.
Huge. But again, I don't see it. I don't see the cost versus the reward on something like this. This is a no for me.
These things always come around like these other things on commercial. They're a trend for a little bit, then they go away.
Yeah.
How many times we've seen this already?
This is a no for me. This is people. This is doctors. You know, like you got to understand, plastic surgeons have a practice, and they have to, in order to maximize their profits, they have to incorporate things like this that don't require their skill in an operating room.
Yeah.
Because you can only operate on so many people.
That's it. You only have so much bandwidth.
And you cap. Your income caps. So in order to really capitalize and really blow up and make the big dollars as a plastic surgeon, you have to incorporate these types of machines and procedures that are not going to require their skill.
Yes.
It's scalable.
Because, you can have one of your employees.
Yeah, you can have a medical assistant, and you can, and it's very scalable.
Yes.
And that's why you have a lot of these plastic surgeons' office. They have things like that, those types of machines and stuff, because it's the profits. It's for the profits because it doesn't require their expertise, right?
Of course.
So it's an absolute no for me.
Nope.
It's not melting fat in your abdomen, you guys. I'm sorry.
How about you go spend that on a trainer and learn about your body, how to use your whole kinetic chain, how to really work your abs, how to really work your core. You'll learn way more from a trainer with that amount of money.
And
that investment is in yourself, and it's lifelong. There's lessons you take with you and you can continue doing.
Yeah. I'd like to think about, okay, so say, what if I would have 10 years ago, 12 years ago now, and got this done instead of hiring my very first, like, besides you, my very first like real trainer, bodybuilding trainer.
Yeah.
I probably spent about, I don't know, $6,000-$7,000 on that training while the time I was training with him.
Yes.
That Emsculpt would be long gone. No education, no results. Who knows what I would be sitting here right now. But instead I invested in a personal trainer. And because of that, I'm here today as a trainer, as someone in the space, helping women, educating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't realize the decisions you make. You got to think, what did I say to you on our walk today? I said, the day you plant the seeds is not the day the flowers bloom.
True. That's a very good statement.
Remember that.
Yes.
That's so important. And things that are worthwhile, you got to water. Okay, they are the seeds that you water, that take work, that take time and commitment. And those are the things you'll value the most anyway.
Yeah.
The things that take time, the things you have to water and grow upon, right? You have to like build upon. And
that's why I tell you, sometimes people tend to stare a little bit when we're out in public at you crazy because you're a fit person. What I mean by that is people over the age of 20, 72% of us Americans are overweight or obese. That's a high number.
72% over the age of 20. Yes. I wanted to look up how many people are obese.
That's
what
bad.
Percentage of Americans are obese over the age of 45?
That's bad, though. That is super bad. Like, we got to be the worst in the world. Like, dude, Americans just overconsume. That's not healthy. So 72% over the age of 20.
It doesn't say. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
This med page said over 73% of U.S. adults are overweight or obese.
That's high.
It's up by half since in the last 23 years, since the 2000s.
I bet. If we don't stop this train, this runaway train, you guys, pretty soon, 10 years from now, we're going to be in the 90 percentile bracket. It's insane. And you know who you're making rich? Not just the pharmaceutical companies and the hospitals, insurance companies. They're laughing to the bank. The insurance companies are the big dog in the game. Mm-hmm. They're the big player, not the farmers, not pharma or hospitals, insurance. So remember that. Turn this thing around. Yeah,
it's crazy. I had a client share with me how she was talking about how she went to the doctor, and the doctor literally said to her, like, you should be proud of yourself. Like, you have the statistics on paper here, your records, your blood work, your numbers of a much younger person.
Yeah.
And, in this particular client, she's struggling, kind of stalled on her weight a little bit. And so she's a little struggling with that. But she's like, for a moment, she's like, and I'm tripping on the weight. Like, I should be happy. Like, this is such good information to hear when you're an older woman. We're talking about, an older woman. When your doctor tells you that, you are like a 1%er.
We're 1%ers, yeah.
You're 1%er. When you hear that from your doctor, that is the best news you can hear. And this particular person was 100 pounds heavier at some point in her life. She's had a massive transformation. And imagine if she had not embarked on that transformation, this conversation with her doctor would be a lot different.
Yep.
And scarier. It's kind of like with my dad. He on paper, besides the cancer, is a healthy man.
Yes, he is. If he didn't have that, your dad would probably live another 10 plus years.
He's a healthy man. And that's what his cancer doctor said to me. Because his liver and he wasn't a drinker, he wasn't a smoker, his liver and lungs are so healthy, the cancer is having to put a bigger fight to overtake those organs. And that's why he's here. Yes. That's why he's survived beyond their prediction, their timeline that they gave him. Because I asked him, why? You told me this, doctor. Why is he still, he's doing pretty well? And he's like, well, it has to do with he was a healthy man. My dad was a healthy man. So it just goes to show you that it's not always about weight. And as you get older, if you're younger, if you're under 40 and listening to this, you don't get it yet. But when you start to get into your 40s, different things matter.
Oh, yeah.
Different things matter.
Yes, they do.
And I am the most vain person on the planet. I mean, the joke in my family, my brother Danny and I, we were called Team Vain because we're pretty vain. I'm not going to lie. I'm a vain person. My looks matter to me. My little upkeep and stuff matters to me. But even for me, the most vain person, I shifted. And my health is more important than my vanity at this point. I value
You're right.
my health.
Yes.
Very much so.
Sleep, hydration, bowel movement that no one talks about.
Oh, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
That's actually going to be coming up on a coffee break episode, and I'll pre-warn you guys to not be eating or whatever, because we're going to talk about poop on the next episode of Coffee Break.
To know this.
I'm going to get all into it. I want you guys to know. I want you guys to be educated on poop because, like I've said many times, it is one of the very few windows into what is going on inside our bodies.
And I just want to say something that's funny. Speaking on this subject, I remember Mike Tyson said this, had me laugh and almost spit my coffee. He's like, man, back in the days, I get excited about making money, knocking my opponents out, sleeping with multiple women, blah, 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 blah. He goes, nowadays, in my 50s, I get happy when I take a good dump. I'm like a dog wagging my tail afterwards.
Yeah, and you go tell your wife.
He goes, yes. Right,
you share it.
You share it. Like, you're all happy because, a lot of people get constipated and can't go to the restroom. And
you're close with your spouse when you share, when you get excited, like, babe, I pooped 3 times today. It was good.
We talk about it. Yeah.
They were good. It was hearty. It was a 2-flusher.
People are going to be laughing. They're going to spit their coffee out while they're driving.
I wonder how many people, I think that some couples, though, are not like that. They they're very private about poop with each other. Like they've never pooped in front of each other. They've
That's weird to
never
me.
like have you ever did you poop in front of other relationships too?
Not really that I can remember.
Like the girlfriend that you lived with, were you guys kind of like open with that kind of stuff?
Like talking about it, no.
No?
I don't think we sat in the bathroom while one of us pooped either. That I
You
can
know,
remember.
we were always just kind of open like
I
that
didn't
in
even
my
like it
house.
with you at first, but I got used to it after a while.
because I
like
would
my
want to come talk to
privacy.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, you'd get kind of annoyed, but
Leave
it's
me the
like
hell alone.
you're
I'm like Al Bundy. You know, Al Bundy goes in that private bathroom and he has his newspaper and wants to be left alone. That's his office. That's how I used to
I know,
want to
but
be.
you know
It
what?
doesn't
It's
bother me
like
no more.
you're trapped. So it's a great place to go have a conversation. It's like,
That's true.
finally he's
Yeah.
like sitting still, because this guy doesn't sit still. You guys, you have to know about this ADD, walking around,
sorry.
running around.
Yeah.
So when
On the
he's in the
phone,
bathroom,
busy.
sometimes it's my opportunity to have like a conversation. But you come in too when I'm on the toilet. It's not like you avoid me when I'm in there. You
No.
come in,
I'll brush my teeth. I
brush
don't
your
care.
teeth when I'm on the toilet.
This is marriage, man. It's a relationship. We're going on year 13 together.
You know what, though?
Married
I have
mine.
to say, it is so nice to be at that stage, to have a partner that you are just like, can you imagine having to do it all over again?
Like you're the first time you're afraid of farting in front of your partner.
Oh,
Embarrassing.
God.
That's a
What
no-no in the beginning, but after a
Yes.
while, man, the guard goes down.
But can you, like, I would hate to have to go, or like, you know, like, oh, walking in front of them naked, like, oh, they're going to see all my cellulite right now. It's not the best look back there. Like, I could care less. I would hate to have to do that over again.
Mm.
You know what I
You were
mean?
thinking that?
You mean when we first got together?
Yeah.
I don't remember, but probably, yeah. Like to
That's
have to
funny.
see you. He's got to see me naked for the first time and all of that. I mean,
You
probably.
gotta, we got to get used to each other, comfortable. It is a process. We both got to get. You got to get comfortable with me. I got to get comfortable with you for sure. And after a while, it just second nature. It just happens, and before you know, you're comfortable.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, I wouldn't want to do that again. Like, I don't think I'd ever want to do that again.
Oh man, getting to know somebody's habits, and yeah, we talk about that. I'm like, man, I hope stick around, babe. I don't want to do this again. I don't want it. I don't even know if I have it in me no more. I used to be a dog and out there dating and chasing. That ain't me no more. That's so out of my system. I couldn't imagine doing that again. And then
know,
getting to
like,
know the person. And as
li-
anal as we are, not just vain, you're vain, but we're clean
Anal.
freaks.
Yeah,
We like things clean.
it would be very hard.
Cook, clean your mess up, put away. Dishes, put away. It's real
Yeah.
easy. It's not asking.
Like I think about how I
make
drive.
your bed every morning.
I drive, like literally drive my son crazy because he
Yes.
thinks he thinks I'm insane.
You're not.
He thinks I'm insane, that the things that I ask for in the kitchen or whatever, like if I see a crumb or something and I want it wiped up, he thinks I'm insane. Alyssa, not so much. I feel like she has a better understanding of what I expect and just makes it happen. I don't think it's rare that I've ever had to say, Alyssa, like, come clean up this mess. Never, actually.
Yeah.
And you know what the interesting thing is? It's not like she's the super neatest freak. I mean, she has her own business going on in her room that's not up to my standards, but she respects my standards in the communal areas.
Yes.
In the kitchen, things like that. Tyler, not so much. He thinks I am over the top. So it makes me think about like having to imagine having to live with someone else again, and you got to teach them what your standards are and all of that.
And I hate to say it, but a lot of dudes are dirty. They'll stick the socks in the corner, underwear, and I pick it up. Why? There's a hamper. So you've been with me. Do I leave my clothes everywhere on the floor?
Never.
No. It goes to the hamper. It's real easy. Walk into the garage in the hamper.
To me, it's a
People act like it's such a chore and it's so hard. Lazy. Pick your shit up, man. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
I don't know what people's wrong with their psychology.
To me, I don't get it.
Wipe up the counter. Spray, water, wipe. It's easy.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
But that's so interesting because I wonder how everybody else is.
Dude.
Comment, you guys. I'm curious.
Please.
Like, are we
Dishes
crazy?
in the sink?
Are
That's
we
a no-go
anal?
here.
But I want to say, my house is not spick and span, perfect, spotless, clean.
No, of
It's
course
very
not. We have
lived
5
in.
dogs.
Okay, it's a very lived in house.
But it's clean.
It's not aesthetically perfect and beige. You know how you see that all over Instagram and TikTok? It's not beige. My glasses are not, maybe there's some spots on my glasses.
Yes.
It's not like perfection.
For sure.
But it's clean.
Yes.
Okay. There's a difference between these weird, like aesthetic, like over the top. No. Like it's clean, but it's not like aesthetic. But I do feel like The way Tyler makes me feel sometimes is like that I'm insane.
No,
like
you're
I
not.
literally think he thinks.
No.
I think he thinks I'm crazy.
Nope, not at all.
Because I'll be like, "Can you wipe that?" Like there'll be like a drop of like egg that hardens. Like if he's eating like the yolk of an egg, and he'd be like, "Really?" There'll be like a tiny little drop.
That's
Like,
respect.
Tyler,
Clean up after yourself. Yes. Would you do it as
there's
someone?
egg yolk right here.
So you should ask him this, Tyler. If you were in a guest's house, your friend's house, your guest's house, you're gonna clean up after your mess. Or you're gonna leave it for him to clean up. You gotta look at things that way. You gotta clean up after yourself.
I don't know, but I think that
He
would
just
be
likes
the.
to fight you because he's a little lazy on that part. Like, dude, just clean up after yourself.
I also think he likes to push my buttons.
That too,
Does
probably.
things on purpose. But I wonder if you meet another man and to have to go through that again, like I would have a really difficult time, I think, matching up with somebody.
Yeah, men are. A lot of them are dirty. I
Dirty.
hate to say it. I've been dude.
Like stinky
pads.
balls.
Oh God.
What if they have stinky balls?
Yeah. I've trained with guys. Muay Thai, and then we're doing clinch work. Clinch work is, I'll explain real quick, is we're holding each other like this, back of the head, and we're either working on knees, on the body, we're fighting each other, we're drilling, and I've smelled some rancidness before, and I'm like, dude.
No.
Yes. Like, bro, take a shower before you come train, dog. Don't roll out of bed. You're sleeping all night.
I can't.
And then you do a number 2 and then come straight to train or something. That's disgusting. Wash yourself.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh,
Now I wouldn't even
cannot.
entertain. If someone's saying, I walk away. I don't give a shit if I offend him or his
I
feelings.
would
Sorry.
be permanently.
I wouldn't do it.
That would cause permanent damage.
Yes.
Like,
And again, getting to know someone on a sexual level.
Yeah.
That can ruin it too if they're not clean, you know? Either or party. It's
That
disgusting.
could happen just one time could ruin it forever.
That's it. Done deal. It would be done for me one time.
Yeah, one time and then
over.
You're tainted. It's like you can't unthink it. You can't unexperience it.
Yes. Facts.
So I think about those kind of things. Not that I ever. I listen. I mean, marriages, they break up. They don't last forever. I have the highest hopes that we're going to be together forever. But what I'm saying is, if we're not, I don't think I would do it again. Like not even marriage. I would be solo bolo.
It would take a long time.
You know what I mean? I like.
Dude, you got to get to know people through in and out and how are they? Are they a real person? Are they fake? Are they loyal? So much, man.
It's a lot.
And then you got to mesh on top of it. Like, I got to support what you like. You kind of got to support what I like. Again, always one-way street. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't bother you. Watch your shows and all that. That stuff makes me
No.
cringe, but
And
you're enjoying it. That's okay.
And we argue well together. We get over arguments quickly.
Yeah.
Well,
I might snap on you. We might go get a
week.
little loud and snap on each other real quick, but yeah.
We bickered a little this week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, we did.
He yelled at you.
I get mad because, I told you in the past, not that I would with you, but when I was younger, if I'm bickering with somebody, especially a guy, how we settled it was with these. I can't do that with you.
Yeah.
I can only get mad and pounce my feet.
It's so funny, though, because that's one thing. I do appreciate a healthy argument. I appreciate that I can get mad because I don't get mad very often and lose my shit. I can get mad and yell and lose my shit, and you're not going to be
Violent?
Not even that. Not the violent part. That's not what I've experienced in my life. What I've experienced with men is they get bruised, and they just be like,
oh, they cold shoulder you?
yeah, they'll cold shoulder
My
for
ex
a
did
while.
that. The cold shoulder.
Act like it's a big, okay, you yelled at each other. We had a spat. It's about COVID, by the way. It was about the COVID testing and all of that. We had a little argument, and then
I was in denial.
I don't know. I think we were over it in 30 minutes. Be like, hey, so what do you have for lunch?
You know what though? In the past, I have wanted to do it too, but that's not my style. It's just cold shoulder because you don't. I know you don't like it.
But the thing is, you
I know it
try.
bothers you.
I think that you try, and then you can't because I'm already not that I'm purposely I'm going to talk to him. I literally just forget that I'm mad. I forget.
Yeah,
you know,
it's healthy. There's no reason to stay
You've
mad.
tried to cold shoulder me.
Because I know you don't like it. So let me see if I can do it for
recently?
a day or two. No, in the past.
You have tried.
Yes.
This is funny. So
Just to
in
mess
the
with you.
past, you've thought, I'm going to give her the cold shoulder for a couple days.
If I'm pissed off, yeah. But that doesn't happen.
That's
we
never
talk.
happened. You've
I
never
know, 'cause
given
we
me
talk.
the cold shoulder
Yeah.
for.
This is not my person.
You're probably annoyed because I'm like, this bitch is acting normal. Damn it. Now she's disarming me. Because I could be normal. I can blow up and be totally fine 5 minutes later.
My ex did it to me. 2 weeks.
She gave you the cold shoulder for 2 weeks?
We didn't talk. And guess what? Mikey boy bounced. I dropped
I
the
can't
news.
do
I'm
that.
out. I'm out. I was out just like that. I dropped
I've
the ball. I'm gone.
communicated that with you. That was a very important thing, and we've gone off
Yeah,
on
yeah,
a
you told
big
me.
tangent here.
Yeah.
But that's okay because we're being candid, and these
Yes.
things aren't scripted.
Nope.
I communicated that with you early on.
You did.
Because if you were going to be the type of person that did that to me, then we may as well not move forward.
Nah.
Now, once in a while, okay. But if that was
Yes.
every argument ended in a period of silence, let's not move forward with this relationship. That doesn't work for me. I was very clear on that. I know my personality. And so, I did my part in communicating. That's not my style. So if that's your style, we're not going to work.
I know someone did it to you in your past, so I didn't want to be that same person.
It's a terrible, to me, it's emotional warfare and
It
emotional abuse to do that. It's either, okay, we're going to argue like adults. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying you have to find a relationship that you're compatible on the good stuff. You also have to be compatible arguers as well.
Yes.
I believe that. You have to be compatible in the way you resolve conflict.
Hey, at least I'm not like my mother. My mother used to get violent, man. Break things, smash shit, glasses. I've never done that in our relationship.
You get over it fast, too. You get mad. Yeah. You get mad. You throw
when
your tantrums.
Dude, when I was young, though, oh, my goodness. When my temper flew, I put my fist through the wall. When my mom used to get into it, I was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I know. I also know when I'm not involved in the argument, when I'm not the cause of it, I know when to kind of like dial back just to make sure that you don't get upset and like turn your anger on me. You know what I mean? You were so mad. We'll end this with this little story, you guys, because it's funny. You were so mad the other day because we went on a walk and it was not supposed to rain. It was clear skies. And you said it was going to be clear.
Really, I looked up at the sky. It was a gray one hovering over us.
Yeah, but we just both decided. It's not like I forced you to go on the walk. We both decided we're going to take the risk. We get out about a mile and a half into our walk, and it starts hailing.
Yeah.
Not just rain, hail.
Mind you, I got COVID.
I
didn't know that. I didn't know I had it, but I had COVID.
Yeah, you were not feeling well.
No. So that right there was like...
And we started to kind of like bicker about it because you wanted to go one way. I wanted to go the other way. You were having like a meltdown, like a tantrum meltdown over it. And it's like you wanted to be mad at me, but you knew it was not my fault. But you wanted to be mad at somebody. But you guys, I laughed so hard because you were like having a tantrum. I let you go ahead of me because I couldn't stop laughing. And I was afraid that if you turned around and saw me laughing, that you were going to lose your shit.
That probably was.
Because at one point, we decided to turn in the other direction. It's literally hailing, hitting my face. I mean, it was all bad. But I was laughing so hard, I peed my pants a little bit. Because then you looked down at your shoe and you thought there was bird shit on your shoe.
Oh, white foam was coming out of my... I was like, what the hell is this? I looked down.
You said, "Oh my gosh!" And now there's bird shit on my shoe.
I thought, where the hell did birds come from?
You guys, I'm sorry if this is hard to listen to because I can't stop laughing. You had to be there, but it was so funny that it was comedy. I was still laughing about it the next day. I actually told Lisa about it in my Orange Theory class because we laughed. I said, "Oh, you had to be there," because it was a classic you moment. Sometimes when you're angry. But not when you're angry at me or anyone around, but you're angry for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. Those are when you are the funniest. You don't even realize it, but you are a comedian when you're angry. It was comedy.
Damn, I need to hone those skills so I can be a pro.
It was so funny.
Can I turn into a stand-up
comedian?
It
was belly laughs, you guys. And those belly laughs are good for the soul.
Yeah, they are.
And
honestly, if you don't laugh hard every once in a while, you need that. It is good for the soul.
It was
that
one
smile.
Of those,
you want this smile, not the downward.
I hate that it was at your expense, but it was belly laughs, good for the soul. Like I needed that laughter because you were walking mad, and you were in front of me, and the way you were walking, and you kept looking down. You kept looking down at your shoe.
And it was more white. And then you explained to me.
I explained. It's because when it rains and the shoe is wet and there's shoes, right? They're sweaty, they're dirty,
yes,
and that's coming up through it's like foaming. It wasn't bird shit. You thought it was bird shit. It wasn't bird shit.
No.
So I explained it to you. You calmed down a little bit.
Wash my shoes.
At first, you're like, it's hailing and now there's bird shit on my shoes.
Because I love those shoes. You bought them for me. I don't want them I got to throw them away or something. I washed them though. They're good.
Thanks for the laughs, babe. It was good belly laughs. And you
At
know
my
what I
expense.
appreciate? But I appreciate that even though in the heat of it, I wouldn't necessarily want him to see that I was laughing as hard as I was laughing. When you calm down a little bit, you're okay with me laughing about it. Because when I got home, I told Tyler about it. And you were present for me telling him, and you didn't get upset. And that's what I appreciate. That's the best. The fact that you can be so self-deprecating.
I could dish it and take it.
Yes.
Either or.
And that's what I love. So
I ain't no weak ass dude.
thank you for the belly laughs and for being like that, self-deprecating, and allowing for
at my own expense.
allowing us to have a good laugh, because I've had some of my best laughs in moments like that with you.
Now your people are gonna think like, dang, he's an angry dude.
No, because it was hilarious. And if you've experienced, I know Lisa is my cousin who's been with us for many of those moments. She's like, man, those are the best times. I need one of those laughs, because she knows exactly what I'm talking about. But anyways, guys, we went off on major tangent. This is probably COVID-induced conversations.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
I probably have a fever or something. It's like a fever podcast. It's like fever dreams.
Fever dreams. Yeah,
fever
right.
Podcast. I'm all over the place. Hopefully you guys found it entertaining. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And fingers crossed that we will not get much worse, and that we will still have an episode for you guys on Monday. Because that's the plan. So I'll see you guys
Make sure
Monday.
you guys leave a review.
Yes. Oh, leave
review.
Of course, leave a 5-star review, and also comment on the YouTube video. I want to know if you think that we're being crazy about the analness, or can you relate? I want to know. Like, share some tidbits with us.
Always give us your opinions and feedback, you guys.
I
We love
to
it.
read that.
Of course. Yeah. And also, please, if you can, refer to all your friends, family, tell them about us.
Share.
Please. We're trying to grow this thing. And then we want to look back like a year or two and be like, wow, we blew up because of our audience. They helped us.
Well, they're the
part
reason.
of it. Yeah, they are. You guys are the reason.
That's the only way.
We're at the bottom right now, but we're climbing.
We are climbing. Like I said, right?
Yes.
The day you plant the seeds, it's not the day you see the flowers.
Exactly.
We got little seedlings. We got little greenery poking out of the dirt now.
Yes, we do.
We need to grow it and bloom.
Yes.
Flowers.
Yep.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.
Bye.